your aerobots.
For our 3298. It's Aerobots from Pipestone. 3, 2, 1, go!
Back in 2009, when this all started, a gentleman stopped by the school and talked to our principal at the time, which was Joan Ratzloff, and presented a robotics, the robotics theme, first robotics. And of course, at the time, Joan Ratzloff thought that that would be a good fit for me. And at the time, it was something that I didn't know I needed and didn't know I wanted, but after we started it, it was something that I needed and something that's been a lot of fun in the last 16 years. Robotic season starts the first Saturday in January, unless it's on New Year's. The first Saturday after New Year's is when the reveal happens. The reveal is what we get to, or what we have to build that season. And then in the past, it was 6 weeks to build, and then you had to bag and tag it at 6 weeks, and then it was locked up till competition. Somewhere around 2019 or so, it changed over to no more bag and tag, so you could work on it until you went to the competitions, and it changed the dynamics with the team because it gave them the false feeling of more time. And the first couple seasons was a little rough because they just felt like they had way more time than they did. First season that we did this, after I was talked into it, we ended up in Washington, D.C. for our first competition. And the first build season was pretty stressful. We had good members on the team, put everything together. Programming was an issue for us. And I still remember the first day that the robot actually moved. A couple of us about jumped out of our clothes and tried to catch the robot because it was going to go off of the table we had it on. It was a pretty exciting day. It's evolved from a pretty simple robot back then to more complicated robots, and the challenges have not changed much over the years. The challenges of building have not changed much over the years. On that first Saturday in January, we used to go to Mankato for the reveal of the season, and then we changed and started going up to Wilmer because it was a little bit closer. And it's always exciting when the reveal happens, and on the way back, the ideas that come up and how to do things and get the kids into how to design, how to build, how to engineer what they want to happen. We try to select something that we can do and then do it really well if we can. And over the years, it's evolved, and now we've made it to finals 3 or 4 times, and that's always exciting when you make it to finals. The Worlds are going on this weekend. We've not made it to Worlds, which would be a pretty awesome thing. But it's exciting to see the kids start with nothing, a box of stuff, and then build something that they come up with. I try to guide them along the way. I don't tell them what to build. I don't tell them what they have to build. I try to guide them when they get off track too far, and then get them back on track. And every year, our programming is seems to be the spot that we struggle with the most, because I'm not a programmer. I know what it has to do. I don't know how to put it all in the program, but every year we figure it out, and the kids figure it out. They design. We always design a good robot, and not always the best robot on the field, but we always design a good robot. when we get ready for competitions after our build season's done, and typically that is the night or the day that we load to go to competitions. We typically load on Tuesday night. We leave on Wednesday morning. Competition practice day on Thursday. Competition Friday, Saturday, and it's always exciting when we start loading up, and kids are always super excited. We get up there to whichever competition we go to. We've been to, like I said, DC. We've been to Milwaukee. We've been to Iowa. We've been to Colorado. We've been to Grand Forks. We've been to Duluth. It seems like I'm missing one, but it's always exciting. Kids are always excited. We get there. The competition starts, and one of the greatest things is no matter who's having problems, whether we are or somebody else, there's always somebody there to help you out. And they coined the term cooperation, and it's to help everybody cooperates to make sure everybody has a good competition. And it's something that First lives by, and it's a pretty awesome thing when you go up and you see all these kids working together. And it doesn't matter if you're going to go out against another team in your next match. If you're having an issue with your robot, that team will literally come and help you try to get it figured out so that you can go against them in the next match. The competition itself, stressful when it comes time for selections, because you never really know if you're going to be selected or not. And there's a ranking system, and it goes from however many robots are from 1 to 60 or however many are there. And typically our robots usually pretty much dead center 25ish, and we've been higher, we've been lower, but I will say every year that we go, our robot does what the kids decide it wants to, that it's supposed to do, and typically does it pretty well. We build a good solid bot. We typically don't have much for breakdowns on it. And if you're not selected in finals, it's always a disappointment. But the ride home is always quiet, even after finals, because kids are worn out from being at the competition from 8 in the morning till 8 at night and working to try to improve things the whole time. But it's always fun, and this was my 16th year doing this. And have I thought about giving it up in the past? Yes, but just like the kids that always say, I'm not going to join again next year, Mr. D. And then during our in-service at school, when we start school in the fall, typically them kids will come in and go, "Come on, D, what do you think the challenge is going to be this year?" So it always stays exciting, and it's always fun to see kids take an idea from what they can come up with and then build something that'll actually do what they wanted it to do.
Right up here, lean forward so you can see it. Don't crash into the wall.
Not worth it. You can barely see it. I can barely see it. You're good. One second. So, gentle because it's not in
One of the things that I find enjoyable about robotics is you get kids out of their element, and they're willing to be themselves, and the work ethic that they have to put in to achieve the goal in the end is incredible. And then when we go to competitions, how much fun it is when the kids are walking around and there's buttons, teams make buttons, different things to give out, and kids are always so excited to get them. We always try to get a motel with a pool in it, and we have some free time at the end of the day where the kids can go and be themselves, enjoy themselves. And it's always really exciting to see what they do and how much fun they have with each other. They've been with each other for 6 or 8 weeks for over 100 hours usually. So it's always exciting when they get some free time to have some fun, that they can actually have some fun together and not want to choke each other out. been a lot of really good times over the years. Different things that come up, kids doing crazy things, and me having to, rein it in a little bit. But over the years, it's been really enjoyable. I would like to thank our sponsors that have been with us, and a lot of our sponsors have been with us since day one when this program started. And I just want to have a big shout out to all of them, because without their support, this would not happen, and the kids would not get the experience that they have. So for all my sponsors out there that have supported us over the years, and the new sponsors that come on every year, thank you for everything you do for us. Last thing I'd like to add to this is that when students are in robotics, it becomes part of who they are. And I want to thank Brandy Hubner for being involved as long as she's been, and the other alumni kids that have been involved. Whenever they come around, they always ask how we're doing. They are interested in what the season is, how we've done, how the competitions have been, and without people like Brandy and Bailey, they make my life a little easier, keeping me in line and on track. And I just want to thank all the alumni that have helped out.